Let's get a weather update from the Desmond and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them up 866-954-MORE. What do we got, Leroy? I know we got a tropical storm brewing out there.
It's quite breezy, 15 to 20 miles an hour. Sunny winds out of the east, which is how these storms brew. As long as you still have that easterly wind, they're still coming from Africa. So, and it's about 80 degrees, 82 degrees, but it's quite breezy out there. So you're probably getting a few gusts, a little over 20 plus miles an hour. But right now it looks consistent at about 15.
Before the end of today's show, we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to Heat and Sun. So keep on listening for that.
Hey, by the way, you know, Hawk and Crowder were, saying that I went to Lynn and asked if my name could be used for the code word. And I'm like,
I didn't even know that we did code name like that. I thought they sent us the code names.
Right. Like you said it, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, Leroy was one of the code names last week. I don't think we're doing the code thing anymore. I don't think so. At least I haven't got it.
Giving them out.
No, well, today we're just giving away we'll give away some Heat something. I got to figure out how we're going to do that. So give me another break. I'll figure it out. Coming up next hour. Hour 2, we'll figure out how to give away those Heat and Suns tickets. But it's just exciting, man. Everybody's got to be pumped up about this with what's going on right now.
It is exciting. And like I said, if, you know, it's something to be said. I've been down here for a while. And Miami football, when they've been successful, have been slugfest.
Yep.
You know, run the football, hang in there, field goals, 20 to 14. Every game, win or lose, end up like that. It feels good to see offensive explosion, right? And while the defense is getting unlucky in that they're facing some of the most dangerous offensive weapons in the game, when you face an athlete at quarterback and you have to make a decision because that guy can throw it some, that's hard. It's hard to defend that. So they've gotten out of it with, think about this. You beat Lamar Jackson and you held them in check.
Kind of.
Yeah, but he didn't run all over the place.
I mean, he did have he
did have a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he did have a 75-yard touchdown run. Like
one play. All right.
He had. I mean, they had an explosive time, and then they didn't.
Right.
Then it all dried up.
Then you have Justin Fields. That's not even counting what Josh Allen could do. So you faced probably 3 of the top 5 like dual threat quarterbacks, legit dual threat.
Beat them all.
And you beat them all.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm going to give them a pass because it does look like during points of the game, you got no chance. And they find a way to win.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I think 5 of their 6 wins have been in one-score games. That's the NFL now, man. Like, everything is a one-score game. Everything comes down to the wire.
And there's other teams that have lost 5 of 6 in one-score games.
Ravens have a lot of blown games this year.
Packers. Buccaneers.
Oof. But
Rams.
Yeah, if you're not soaking this up, did you like McCochin during the game goes to Justin Fields when he goes off, he makes one of his big runs, and he just goes to Justin Fields and just yells at him, "Stop it!" Who's having more fun than McCochin?
Hey, but here's the thing. That dude is a tyrant on the sidelines. Y'all just don't see it.
Who, McCochin?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah. He says some slick stuff that I guess only players can get. But if you were outside people, you'd be like, I want to smack his glasses off. He says some slick stuff.
Here's the other thing. He gets after his assistant coaches.
No, that I've seen. I mean, like he said, hey,
that's what a tyrant does.
Yeah, but he says it like in a cool McCochin way. You know?
No.
Not because he's the new guy.
Yeah. But I winning. Do like, you know what's funny? And this is what I think as a player, these guys enjoy. No matter what the situation is with his players, when he's talking to his players, it's always a smile and let's get it done.
That's right? What I'm saying. Who's having more fun than him? Nobody.
Because, I mean, like, they went back-to-back timeouts in the fourth quarter. I'm like, oh, this is going to come back to haunt them. And they just chit-chatting on the sidelines, him and Tua.
Oh, I know. Well, people were very furious with the 2-minute drill at the end of the half.
It was weird because, like, look, if you're not going to call a timeout, then you can't. You can't let it go 25 seconds and then call a timeout because it makes it look a lot worse. And that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, well, they would have had the 10-second runoff. But, like, I don't know.
But still, it never should have got to that point because you could
you're right. It shouldn't have.
To start it.
I don't know why he's shown this. There's just because I know announcers have freaked out about this. He has what seems is a general lack of urgency in 2-minute drills. And again, I think this goes back to because he thinks he can get the chunk play whenever he needs to.
Right.
So he'll throw this rando, what looks like slop, draw play or, little run to the side. And he'll have all this time bleed off and he'll just wait to use his timeouts because I think he feels like it doesn't matter. We'll make it good. It doesn't.
Why wouldn't he?
I know. But I think that's what that is. And everybody is furious with him because it feels like he's a buffoon, which I think is a silly thing to think of him because of how good this offense looks in general. But he definitely seems like, and I don't know, but it just seems like in all these 2-minute situations, they just don't have this lack of this up-tempo sense of urgency. He likes to let it bleed and leave nothing left with time when it comes to these drills.
I would say that it's almost arrogance, right?
Maybe.
It's almost cockiness.
Yeah.
That he looks at those moments and say, I don't need all that time.
I don't need all that time. I think it is.
But I think and here's the thing. We always look at players and we give them the benefit of the doubt because they're young. Coaches go through this too. And they go through situations where they have to learn how to handle them. And I think this is one of those situations. Like I think in the 2-minute drill, if the players on the field feel that they have to press, you put them in a position where they make mistakes because they feel like they have to rush. I say this all the time where, when you score a lot of points, right, you force the other team, no matter how good that offense is, to feel like they have to keep up. And that's when you make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost self-inflicting that he constricts the time so much that everybody goes on the field. Now they feel like they have to make a big play to either get in the field goal range or whatever, when you should probably be a little more secure until you have it and then bleed the clock.
Let's be honest, though. Like, would you trust Jason Sanders? I wouldn't.
Oh, my goodness. What in the hell?
Fat cat.
Wait.
Fat cat.
This is the epitome of fat cat.
Yep.
You can do it in basketball, but sometimes basketball, you just get you hit a cold stretch. It happens with shooters. You miss him most of the time anyway. But with a kicker, it ain't like we out there asking him to kick 65-yarders every time we go down the field. I mean, he ain't hitting
chip shot. Chip shot. Fat cat syndrome, dude. To the fullest.
Yeah, I can't. Listen. I usually always fight it, right? When you say about I'm not fighting it. I'm not fighting it. You got one job. You got one job. And then and we all know what my relationship is with kickers. So look, one job.
Yep.
Not football players, Leroy?
Huh?
Field goal kickers, not football players?
Like, when you go to court and you have you look over.
No, I don't know that feeling, Leroy.
Oh no. OJ had all them lawyers when you watch court. OJ had all them lawyers, but he had one head guy, right?
Yeah.
And everybody else, even though they were considered contributors.
Right.
That's what Jason Sanders is right now. And he ain't even doing that. That's what kickers
are. So he's that guy in college that didn't contribute to the group project, but because he's part of the group, he still gets that A+.
Exactly. Because they go to him on the sidelines and McCoach just keeps going for it on 4th down because he don't trust him. And
you see he's on the sideline doing the little leg thing.
Got his little sourpuss on his face.
That's a good job, man.
Should.
That's a good job. You travel for free. You eat for free.
It is a good job. And listen, it's good work if you can get it, but like they don't trust him anymore, dude. It's clear.
Why
like
would
I think McCoach said at one point, like they asked him after the game, and he goes, "Yeah, the wind." Like he's nice. Like he doesn't want to throw anybody in the bus.
Hey,
like, but it's as much as he's
yeah,
saying that
he should have went. Yeah, the kicker. Right. That's what he should have did.
Guess
what? Would you be upset? And this is in all honesty, would you be upset as a player if he kept going to Jason Sanders and he kept missing kicks? As a player on that offense, you'll come to the sideline and say, "Why don't we just go for it?"
Yeah, why don't we just go for it? Hey, coach, why don't we just try and get a yard instead of giving it to this fat cat?
You can't punt it. You can't kick a field goal. You got to go for it. That's no man's land.
We'll take a quick break. Our Tua coming up next. Dolphins victorious, improving to 6-3. Let's get to some of your headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Dolphins defeat the Chicago Bears 35-32. Tua Tagovailoa 21-30, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill 7 catches, 143 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 backflip. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches, 85 yards, 1 touchdown, and a whole lot of penguins dancing in the end zone. I love that everybody's doing the penguin dance now.
Wait, but mysteriously, the first person to show up is not even an offensive player.
No, it's always Christian Wilkins.
It's like, how can a guy who does groin shots, pulls at people, annoys the hell out of everybody, soon as the touchdown scored, he's the first one waddling. Yep. Right?
Well, he is the innovator of the waddle. Like he remember last year, Jalen Waddle revealed Christian Wilkins has been pressuring me to do this for the longest time. And he finally busted out. I think it was the Carolina game last year. And it's iconic. It's the best touchdown dance since the Dirty Bird.
Because it fits. Well, no, the Dirty Bird fits the team. There is no touchdown dance. Now, there's touchdown dances synonymous with players, like when you think of Dion, when you think of just certain dances, right? But this is the only dance that actually fits the player. Nobody else could do the waddle dance. Everybody could do the gritty, right? Nobody else can do the waddle dance.
But people are jealous of the waddle because you'll see the opponents. What was the first thing they wanted to do when they beat the
waddle?
Dolphins? They want to do the waddle. They want to.
That's like me riding a horse.
They want to stick it in the Dolphins' face, and that's his dance. That's his thing. So I don't know, but every Dolphin fan has to be happy right now. They're playing great. The Bills lost yesterday to the New York Jets. Vlad, what was it? Was it like 85-90 yesterday? Because we know the Bills, they can only lose if it's just sweltering heat. This is an impossible thing for this football team to lose in normal weather. How could it have happened? Vlad's on a call right now. He's busy.
I was just getting ready to say,
I thought he was getting ready to talk to us, but he's taking a call. He's got some business to attend to. But like the Bills losing yesterday, Josh Allen said after the game, played like bleep. And the Jets, I think, got this, probably had the most surprising win of the week. Nobody thought the Jets, especially after losing to the Pats, were going to come back and get that victory.
But here's the thing. You want to talk about close games. They're going to fight and play every game close because they don't really necessarily have the talent enough to pull away. But they're going to be in every game. At least the Dolphins have the talent to pull away, right? The Jets are never going to really do that.
Josh Allen's numbers from yesterday, throwing 18 of 34, 205 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. He did run for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns, but throwing the football, bum yesterday.
Yeah.
Bum.
Gangrene.
I was just saying, you were busy with your call. How you got to explain some mystery to us. How were the Jets able to beat the Bills when it wasn't 95 degrees? Because I thought that's the only time they lose is in sweltering heat. This seems impossible.
Perfect football weather up there.
I mean, amazing.
Perfect football weather everywhere. Even in Chicago.
It's amazing. Yeah. I can't believe that the Bills would lose a game without Mother Nature against it. This team has more excuses. They're not going to go anywhere. Let me proclaim this right now. The Bills will not go anywhere. They have, and their fan base has, more excuses for every time they lose. You would think that this is a team, if it's the Kansas City Chiefs, won a Super Bowl recently, been to Super Bowls, I'll hear you out, okay? But this Bills team, the most notorious losers in sports history.
Oh my goodness.
You would think that they have the air of confidence their fan base has with done nothing is incredible, because if it's not the weather, it's the injuries. If it's not the injuries, it's the weather. It's every excuse under the sun, which apparently is the reason they lose. The Bills will tell you that's why we lost.
We got to have our guy on. He's probably feeling it.
Who?
Who's the UFC guy?
Oh, Helwani?
Helwani.
He's another one. He's got a ton of excuses.
He's a Bills fan?
Oh
my goodness.
Every excuse under the sun, these Bills.
It's about that time, though. I want to get him when he's a little hurt.
I'll tell you what. Buffalo. It's getting a little tight in that division.
Mark this moment right now. It's 11:09. This may be the first time Jets and Dolphins fans agree on something.
Right?
Like since last season, everybody's been running to crown Buffalo as the next champions.
Right? What's up with that?
They've been crowning them.
Are they Targaryen? What's the deal? I don't understand. Do they have a birthright?
No,
I must have missed the memo.
Well, they've been treating them like they got the big dragon.
Right.
They ain't got no big dragon.
They don't got the big dragon.
Nobody has a big dragon this year. You can't tell me.
The Dolphins have the big dragon. His name's Tyreek Hill.
But what I'm saying is this.
He's a cheetah.
The only team that you can honestly say they have the hardware to weather the storm of all these close teams is probably Kansas City, right?
Yeah. Kansas, like, people are like texting you, well, if Tua had the numbers of Patrick Mahomes, he would, like, okay, Patrick Mahomes deserves it. He deserves
right. Nobody's ever going to badmouth Patrick Mahomes.
No, you would be stupid too.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes is allowed to have weird games where he throws 70 times for 500 yards and they put up 20 points. He's Patrick Mahomes, okay? But the Bills, what? First of all, they're front runners. They never win. They never come back and win. Never. And I'm just trying to figure out where this, because let me tell you
that wasn't their fault last year against
whose
the
fault
Kansas
wasn't
City.
It? Whose fault wasn't?
Front runners, dude.
Wait, Leroy, whose fault it wasn't?
Oh, it was the defense. It wasn't.
So
Josh
then it was
Allen.
Buffalo's fault.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Right.
It's a team game.
And
I mean, Patrick Mahomes is pretty good at that.
Listen, they're welcoming in Minnesota this week.
Hey, the last quarterback we said this about was Tom Brady. Oh boy, minute and a half, no chance of winning. Tom Brady, you gave him too much time.
Look,
right?
They have Minnesota this week, and they
Buffalo?
may be the most and Minnesota may be the most bland 7-1 team ever, but they're 7-1.
Isn't that crazy?
They're 7-1, dude.
Is it time here? Is it time that we start giving Kirk Cousins
Skip and Shannon talking about Tua? I mean Tyreek.
Credit?
Should we
love?
Should we be giving Kirk Cousins his flowers?
His flowers are like dandelions.
He's always winning. But for some reason, you say Kirk Cousins and everybody's like, oh man.
It's eventually
they're 7-1.
But it's gonna shrivel eventually.
Come on.
That's what we think. But I'm saying
that's
for
right
now, look, let me ask you a question. This is a random football question.
Yeah, the best.
I'm gonna give you two teams. Tell me who you trust more.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, or Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts and
the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm sorry, I just do.
Leroy, the man cannot play after 7 p.m.
He's like a vampire, except opposite.
Dude, he cannot play in prime time. When you win, you're gonna get your games on prime time. If the sun sets and you start playing like crap, you're not it.
Yeah, he's Cinderella.
And now it's daylight savings.
Right.
It's even worse now.
So it gets dark. It gets dark after a 4:00 game in the second half.
New games in Minnesota for the rest of the season.
Right. Now that being said, next week, hosting the Vikings, 1:00. Plenty of time. Plenty of time for Kirk to go do our bidding. All right. Go get it done, Kirk.
So, but that's my question is that every week I look at these games and I can legitimately say that Jalen Hurts might be their guy, right? He throws the ball. He's not a stud runner, but he runs well. They got an excellent run game. Their defense is unbelievable. But like Kirk Cousins is right there.
Yeah, I know, but who likes to, like, you watched him against the Dolphins. Who likes this guy? Come on.
I know. That's the thing about Kirk Cousins. We've been trashing Kirk Cousins since he got into the league and took over for RG3.
Yep.
And he's still going. And it's probably made more money than any quarterback playing today.
The best thief I've ever seen in my life.
Right, because
the guy's
been getting guaranteed money for the last 7 years.
With no weapons drawn or formed against them. He just, hey, I'm Kirk Cousins. Yeah, all right, he gets $40 million.
Not his fault, though. I mean, like, who did the Vikings have before him?
But that's that again. We have gotten this thought about Kirk Cousins, and he can't shake it.
Listen, I'm Team Kirk this week, dude. You go do your thing. I'm going to be all about that. I'll be shouting you like that.
Where they playing?
It's in Buffalo.
See, here's the problem, though. And I played a few games in Buffalo. It could be a nice day, and the wind be blowing 35.
True.
It is sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and you can't even you got to put your mouthpiece in with both hands because it might blow away. Right?
I saw the forecast for next Sunday.
What is it?
32 and rainy.
Oh, wait. So it's not even mixed with sleet?
I don't know. It doesn't, it's not that.
32. 32.
It says PM showers. I don't know what the hell that means.
Well, that means the minute turns 12. the minute turns noon.
Oh, man. Here's what. Okay. Well, then it says overnight it's going to turn into snow showers. So that could be sleet. Oh,
my
listen, Dalvin Cook. Go get it done, dude.
Hey, listen, we saw Ricky go crazy in Buffalo.
That's true.
They got, I'm not, it's crazy. Like, we've had this conversation before about, isn't it time for us to just back off Kirk Cousins and just say he's a good NFL quarterback? And everybody says no.
Now I'm scared that Josh Allen's going to have 20 runs for like 200 against them.
Oh, yeah. That's
everybody, all the Vikings just slipping off of him.